the agenda, and I'm sure students, faculty, I'm sure there'll be a lot of curiosity, a lot of, I would say curiosity coupled with anxiety, right, to know the winners. And I'm sure each student and each, participating college and university has done fantastic job. So as we go towards this valedictory function, we'll announce the winners. But till then, hold on. A lot of learnings will happen. We just don't wanted to announce the winners, but at the same time, we thought it's good opportunity for entire REEV family to learn beyond the technical things, which matters to be successful leaders, right? Yeah, I think I heard Damu sir joined, Sukumar has joined. Dr. Manish Gar, can you confirm? Have you joined?
Yeah, Rakesh, Manish here. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Manish. Muni sir, have you
Yes,
joined?
yes, I am present.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And first of all, warm welcome to all the students, faculty members, all the industry colleagues, the REEV organizing committee, right? And the office bearers from headquarters, Pawan and Somshekhar, who are the I would say the foundation and pillars of this Bangalore section and specifically for REEV, right? So I take this opportunity to welcome all of you, on behalf of SAE, on behalf of REEV family, right? And I think it's going to be an extremely pleasant afternoon. I'm sure next 3 hours will make this experience will make all of you a memorable moment to cherish in future. So with that, let me quickly introduce the the panelists, and it's my honor and privilege to introduce them. To begin with, Mr. Damodaran, he is the current chairman of SI Bangalore section, and he has been a senior leader, managing director of Saffron organization, and has held various leadership positions, right, across industry, and catered in various areas, not only automotive but aero and many. So he has lots of, I would say, credentials and success stories to share with all of us.
Thank you,
Um,
Rakesh.
Warm welcome, sir. The next panelist is Mr. Muni Ratnam. I don't think students, you need introduction. You would have heard his name several times in several occasions. He is the current Engineering Education Board chairman for SAE. And beyond that, he has held various very senior leadership positions in, leading organizations in the past. And he also brings wealth of knowledge, experience in automotive, aero, and various adjacent industries. Muni sir, welcome on this panel.
Thank you, Rakesh. Good afternoon to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Next one is Dr. Manish Garg. Dr. Manish Garg represents TVS Motors, very young and dynamic leader, leads various virtual simulation teams in TVS, which is paving the way for the organization in terms of, you would have seen a lot of new vehicles coming in. I'm sure a lot of intellectual and brain has come from Dr. Manish and his team. So I welcome Dr. Manish on the panel.
Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you. Good afternoon all.
And last but not the least, Mrs. Sukumar, who represents Boeing, and 16 plus years of experience. Is currently engineering manager, looking at various functions of engineering, and brings wealth of knowledge in from aero industry, and I'm sure that would be helpful for the students when we start the discussion on the in the panel, the topic what we are choosing today. So warm welcome to Sukumar. You can turn your video for 30 seconds. if bandwidth allows.
Thank you, Rakesh sir, and good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, awesome, awesome, very nice. Okay, so again, the topic chosen today is, I would say, a topic which is less spoken I would say, in the transition from institute to industry, but that topic has significant relevance to become very successful leaders in the industry, right? So far in REEV, we spoke about a lot of technical things, right? How to do noise and vibration, how to do vehicle dynamics, how to do, range, how to build the skin. That is technical part, which is extremely important, right? But that's just the price of entry to the industry, right? But what will make all the students become successful leaders in the industry is your leadership, your behaviors, your innovation capacity, your creativity, and many more, right? And trust me, we all are sharing through our experience that technical skills are price of entry, and what matters is how you blend that skills, technical skills, with other leadership behaviors and make yourself, successful in the industry, right? So with that, let me start with the questions which I think would be, I would be requesting all the panelists to contribute, right? I'll start with Damu sir, right? So um, innovation is sometimes, is used, or I would say overused word, right? But it has significant relevance in the past, in the present, and going to be in the future. So how do you think, how does it help students? Why they should innovate? What's in for the students when they join industry?
Thank you, Rakesh. It's a very apt topic to discuss, especially with the students. There is a saying, innovate or perish. So humankind is always innovating, it's a millions of years. Our human genes inherited with this capacity and capability. So innovation is happening around us everywhere. We don't see that, but in real life, every one of us innovate every day, either at home or at our college, whatever we do. Humankind definitely get bored on routine. This is one point of it. Other thing is the human population is ever increasing. In order to survive and a better way of life, we need to innovate. Let us come to more practical things. Uh, some of the innovation in this century, previous centuries, you look at bicycle is one of the greatest innovation. Then it became a little bit on other innovations or your telephone, and today it has evolved into mobile phone. Now you look at from bicycle to four-wheelers and electric vehicle to gasoline. Now we are in a very right topic. We innovate how to extend the range. That is how this REEV project itself came. So my introduction on innovation is it's very key. It is around us, but all of us should really recognize and work towards that. That is the message about innovation. And we continue to challenge the status quo for the betterment of our life and our society. So with this introduction, I let other panelists also to contribute on this topic. Over to you, Rakesh.
Thank you, sir. Wonderfully said, right? It's relevant for future. It has been relevant in the past, and it is relevant in the present. So wonderfully said. Um, More often, we say that creativity, if you look at the life cycle of a human being, creativity is seen at the best when all of us are, or were kids, right? And then we had a lot of freedom of thinking, and then we can express, right? But over a period of time, the study says the capacity of being creative goes down. It's an observation made over a period of time by several researchers, right? So my next question is to Muni sir is, how do students sustain that aspect of creativity and curiosity, which is, the fundamental for innovation?
Thank you, Rakesh. Again, good afternoon, the faculty members, my dear students, and industry leaders, and my fellow panelists here. Yeah, like Damu said, innovation, creativity is around us. It has been there and it will continue to be there. So what is that? Students have to look at it, and very rightly said by Rakesh that as we grow, we tend to reduce the ability, or we tend to take less risk in creativity. Okay, so but I think with the especially between, let's say, age of 11 to 25, 30, we have to keep nurturing, because that is the prime time of any individual for the creativity. And we have to create that platform. And for example, like Damu said, the extension of electric vehicles range is itself the need. Okay, so that is actually the innovation requirement, but what is the creativity behind that? I think we have to inculcate the creativity. Before that, I just wanted to share a couple of slides with the students here. If I can share my screen, let me see. Do you see the screen? Do
Yeah.
you see?
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I hope it's in a presentation mode. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, creativity and innovation. These two are very interesting. The words. Sometimes we get mixed with this. What is creativity? What is creativity? What is innovation? It's very, very closely linked. Okay. So let us look at a couple of definitions. Creativity is the ability to bring something new into existence. Okay. For example, let's take the automotive wheel, that alloy wheels. Okay. So is that innovation or creativity? Okay. We will analyze that. Okay. Innovation is the translation of the idea into application, which is a commercial value. Okay. So we can make an alloy wheel, but what is the purpose of alloy wheel? It has come because of some creative thought process behind that. Then we are applying that alloy wheel to the cars. So innovation is doing different things, and creativity is doing things differently. Okay, this is one kind of a thought process to create creativity and innovation. So they can also be defined like this. Creativity can be discussed bringing unique ideas, approach, and way of thinking to the way you do things. And innovation can be thought as the result of a creative process ending up with a new and better product or services. Okay. In order to bring in innovation, we have to start working on the creativity. Sometimes you don't need to with groundbreaking creativity. You can pick and choose what is around us and provide a solution. That can be an innovation. Sometimes you have to really bring in creativity. But what happens in the creativity? Creativity is very, very interesting thing. For example, you actually break the monotony or monotony of thinking. You break the traditional way of thinking. That is where the creativity comes into picture. And students have to constantly focus on this. That is why I strongly believe, the SAE has come up with one interesting program called AWIM, A World in Motion, which is conducted for school students. Okay, that is the fantastic age period in which we can see the creativity. All of us know that we give some kits to the students, we ask them to bring in mobility. So can we ensure that this creativity can continue beyond that? Yes, probably yes. And I think it's certainly yes. So we need to inculcate that kind of activity, the school time, before your 10th and 12th and post 10th and 12th, whatever in the professional education we go through. Okay. So creativity is thinking of the new ideas, innovation, putting it in action. So stages of creative process. Take this, basically it is a divergence, exploration and convergence, correct? First, we need to have that divergence approach is quite essential for creativity. Okay, when you say divergence, there are a couple of assumptions and attitudes. Yeah, the right word is attitude here. So sometimes, you ask somebody, no, we know that it doesn't work. That is the first answer you get. Okay, I'm sure all the students would agree with this, because that is quite often they would hear from the adults. Okay, but you got to challenge that. So challenge the limiting assumptions. Then once you challenge, you have to conceptualize. Okay, you sit as a team or as an individual, you start thinking about what all different ways I can conceptualize for this requirement. Then come with a creative, some ideas. Okay, it can be numerous areas. In fact, you come with 20, one will succeed. Probably you come with 100, two will succeed. But you have to come with ideas. Then you explore the ideas. Okay, then how do you explore the ideas? Then evaluate each of the idea and come with the selection process. Okay, so this is the one kind of journey, but there's an interesting thing. I'll also share that. This is very, very interesting. First, you have to explore, for example, let us say, today I have a problem with the cars. Okay, any slight scratch on my car body, the paint goes off. So what do we do? That is my problem today. That is the challenge we have, all of us have, or let's say two-wheeler as well. Okay, I have that process. I have that problem today. So I need to first get hit with that problem. Then I'll start thinking about, okay, how do I solve? Okay, you explore, then you get deeper into that. Then all of us converge towards point of views. Then ideate. How do I create a scratch-proof painting or a scratch-proof surface? But then you prototype it, test it, elaborate and test. So these are the different things. For example, now BMW has got self-healing, one of the I series, which is the electric vehicle. It has come with the self-healing surface. This has not come in last 2-3 years. They would have spent 15-20 years. In fact, I had an opportunity to meet Chris Bangle. You can Google it. Is one of the iconic automotive designer for Z series, the Z3 series of the BMW. He has come up with an interesting car called Zina, Z-I-N-A.
Brother?
He has
May I
come with a
request
very
participants
flexible
Chairman.
screen.
go on mute?
Sorry, flexible, what you call the skin, which means like a body, when there is a scratch, it slowly gets cured or gets healed. Similarly, we can learn from nature as well sometimes, the creativity, and we can apply it. And many of the innovations that come from the nature itself. I just wanted to give an example here. Okay, before example, developing creativity, adaptability. If you don't push yourself for an area outside your regular activity, you cannot develop the creativity. So you volunteer. Okay. When you volunteer, you have to have the courage to say that this doesn't work and this works. And you have to go with a lot of data. Then you need to have the curiosity. Then, like all of us, we keep talking to embrace the failure. In fact, our REEV is one of the best example for students. It is the best example, and fortunately, are mentored by various industry leaders. So embrace the failure. All of us have gone through that. All of us have gone through these failures. Okay, then you should have empathy to ask, what are you thinking? How do you feel about it? So that you encourage other person to share his ideas. Similarly, when you do that, you will also get the same response from other side. Okay, so this is the developing creativity. Just wanted to bring an interesting the experience what I had during the journey of my career. You see, there are two images here, right hand side. One is the BMW's tailgate, one is Ambassador tailgate. Initially, as all of us know, that we had a filament bulb, both the headlights and your tail light, and today LED. This is exactly around 1997. So I worked on an automotive project in south of Holland, spent some time there. So they were having LEDs. By then, LEDs were already in the market for certain applications. If you look at some of these control panels, you will see small light. Now, these are all LEDs. LEDs were actually available. But somebody thought that somebody had the creativity. Why can't we use LEDs for a tail lamp? But why? Because when you have the long journey with your filament bulbs, bulb gets heated, then due to the rough surface of the roads, the bulb sometimes gets broken, split, and things like that. Means you will not have the light. So it is not safe. Somebody said, how do I increase the safety aspect? So what is the next solution? We need to have something which lasts longer, which can take the vibration, etc. That is why then they put LED. So today we have everywhere LEDs in terms of your tailgates. I think this is where the creativity and innovation go hand in hand. The other best example is your headlamps for the two-wheelers. Normally in India, at least when we had about 20, 30 years back, when you drive the two-wheelers with by mistake, if you forget to switch off the headlight and drive during daytime, we were fined by the police. They said, how can you drive your two-wheeler with the headlight on? We were fined. But people did not realize that time that a vehicle which is coming from far, you can actually, it's easy to identify when the headlight is on, especially the two-wheeler. So is the case, of course, with the four-wheeler. So that was made as a regulatory requirement in Europe and other countries. And today we are adopting. Today we have the two-wheelers which come into the market to have what you call the headlight on, or some rings, which is we call in four-wheelers DLR, daylight or DRLs. Okay, so this is the creativity and innovation. I think with this, I would like to close my presentation. Thank you, Rakesh, and thank you, team, for your attention. I had to stop. Okay. Okay, over to you, Rakesh. Thank you. Over to you, Rakesh. Rakesh, we're not able to hear you.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Yeah, Rakesh, you're on mute.
Oh,
Rakesh. Rakesh, you're on mute. Rakesh, you have been on mute.
No, I think host has to unmute. Can I request the host not to mute because it becomes very difficult?
Yeah.
I don't think we can unmute ourselves. Somsekhar, and this is being recorded, right? This video, the session?
Yes, sir. It's live also, sir.
Okay. So all the students and faculty on the call, right? One thing I can assure you, whatever content Mr. Muni shared in last 10 minutes, you will not get into any business school or any you know very formal innovation education programs. What Mr. Muni shared is his 30 plus years of experience in just 5 minutes. So I would request, right, to go through this, request the host, right, and go through this video again and again, look at those slides and understand each and every aspect and nuances of what Mr. Muni shared. Trust me, this is incredible, right?
Thank you, Rakesh.
You,
Thank you.
you may have to hear this video 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, doesn't matter. What he shared is the mantra of innovation, right? So please, my sincere request is to go through this repeatedly. With that, I will request Sukumar to share like what Mr. Damu said about why we should innovate, right? And Mr. Muni talked about areas where we can innovate. But can Mr. Sukumar, your experience, how students should do? What should they exactly do when they join the industry? How they should innovate? Can you throw some light?
Sure, Rakesh. Thank you. And good afternoon again to all my fellow panelists and faculty and the student members of the call. Hope I'm audible. Rakesh, sir, please can you confirm if I'm audible?
You're audible, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So it's a very strong and very thoughtful statement that we heard from Damodar sir about innovate or perish, right? It is definitely the most relevant statement which we have seen across the industry where big companies either have perished or in the verge of perishing just because they did not innovate or bring something. If you think of that and also connecting to the point Muni sir talked about curiosity, and just to add to that very thought of what that curiosity can lead to in terms of innovation or new products. One thing and one point we always know and remember is that students happen to be the most curious people, because I'm sure many of the students, they have this point in their mind. Why is this happening like this? Some people may speak up, some students may not speak up, but I'm sure majority of the students always have this question in their mind about why this happens. Why? This is the question that transformed many products, industries, technologies across, right? So if we continue to talk about this two key points about in order to survive, we have to innovate and we have to be creative to innovate. How students can really think or how students can contribute to the industry. Just think of that. As you see, every innovation, as we looked at the definition of innovation itself, it is always about starting with a idea, a thought. Then the idea gets explored, validated, and launched so that it adds value. So if we see this life cycle, or if this cycle of curiosity becoming a value added product or a service or a process, how students can really think of is either even during the course of study or if they join the industry somewhere, the first thing that they should always continue to ask is why. And once you question this, you always think of then how? Because if this is not working this way, how do you think it works the other way? How you take those. So a couple of things that I can share is always challenging the status quo. The second point that I could think of is how do you connect the dots? When I say connect the dots, there is always technology. There are papers, there are people talking about it, there are people sharing about some university doing something and so on. But how that technology, which is still in a phase where that is probably not into a product or a service or a process, how do a student or how do an engineer who is early into the career, who is just converted from a student to an engineer, can contribute? So if you think of these two elements, I personally see, this is where a huge amount of energy, huge amount of technology, research, study can be converted into. And by doing so, we connect this back to the 2 points again. In order to survive, how do we leverage the technology trends across the world? What are the issues the industry is facing? How do we bridge? So if one can think in this direction or in this thought process, I think what all the students, all the engineering communities can work towards or contribute towards a better world, better technology, better process, or better products that affects lives of many across the world. So these are two quick points I could think of on how students can really play a big role with such a huge energy that they bring in into the industry. So those are two couple of thoughts.
Thank you, Sukumar. Wonderfully said, right? Ask that question repeatedly, one single question, why? Why it is being done in this way, right? I think that could be a awakening moment, or it can bring new insights. So thank you, very nicely articulated. Building on this, I'll request Dr. Manish to comment on, how does innovation help students in terms of intellectual properties, patents, right? Some of the tools, methods, secrets, right? And how does it actually help students in their careers?
Yeah, Rakesh. Yeah, ultimately, this is a kind of a measure for innovation. Uh, what even I before that I would say that when students are joining industry, maybe one of the very first measure is how they participate. I think that's very important that they can measure their innovation or their capability of innovation when they will engage in discussion. So that's very, very important that you come across with your viewpoint. And I think as Mr. Muni said in the beginning, I think you are in really kind of a cusp of this thing that, bring the new ideas, the freshness of the mind and bringing those new ideas on the table. So that's very important that, you participate in the discussion and as Sukumar said, like this question of why, you know, this is really, really important. Why something is happening in this way, and can it happen in a better way? So this can inculcate, this thing, and then you join the discussions and give your ideas and open up. And industry, definitely, I'm from industry, and right now we are really looking forward to new ideas, many problems, and the problems which typical transportation industry is facing is uh, it can impact many people life. So it's a very, very important that you own the problem and start discussions on that. Now the other way of how to do patents and how these can be the ideas can be patented. Yeah, so the patent is any idea which has a commercial value, which can add a commercial value to organization. And so companies like to create IP out of it. And that IP is called intellectual property. And companies spend a lot of money and a lot of efforts to create that IP. And to preserve that IP, they create patents. So, and now I think the good part is many companies in India are highly focused on patents. I mean, for example, my company, TVS Motor Company, we publish something like 200 to 300 patents in a year. Average would be in last 10 years is like 200 to 300 patents. So companies are very, very focused on, to understand the value of this intellectual property. And we are encouraged, companies encourage employees to create IP. And one of the ways to judge like how good you are, like patents are being like it is being told in your resumes and all that, that how many patents you have, and for anybody's profile when they discuss. So it is, any idea which you have has a commercial value, and that can be converted into patent. And yes, we should look for the ideas which are patent worthy and which can create IP. And companies actually negotiate with other companies based on how many patents they have, So it's very, very important. And I would also add, not only patents, companies also have something called, Kaizen. Kaizen is a word which is used for incremental improvement. Now, there are two kind of innovations. One is incremental and one is breakthroughs. So generally, patents are being, created for the breakthrough ideas. But at the same time, companies also thrive on Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous and incremental improvements. So I would also say that do not think that the innovation is only in creating some, earth-shattering ideas. It can be a small innovations which can improve productivity, and many companies reward those ideas as well. So you are, as it was discussed, like you're full of energy now, and when you're going to industry, so request you to open up and share your ideas. And company definitely in India, we are doing a lot of innovation, and just be part of it.
Very nice, Dr. Manish. And I think what I like the most is innovation is not only about earth-shattering ideas. That's really awesome, because there's a lot of myth about what is innovation. So any incremental innovation, either to Kaizen or any means, is equally a value addition, right? So it's not only about how can I increase the range of REEV from say 100 kilometers to 500 kilometers. It could be how do I go from 100 to 110, 115 itself is a challenging task to do. So students, all of you would have heard a word called Guru Dakshina. So on behalf of REEV family, I am requesting all of you to give Guru Dakshina in return. And what is that Guru Dakshina is? I request all the students to put their best efforts to aim for at least one patent in next few years, right? And bring that pride to India, bring that pride to your institute, and bring that pride to your industry where you will join. I'm sure you would be pretty excited to do that, and ensure that you collaborate with innovation. It's not only about one person, right? How do you collaborate with everyone? It's equally important. So, and I'll be watching that, right? Because REEV is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I'll be keep on asking you that question again and again. Whenever I meet, I will ask, that will be my first question to all the students. Have you applied for any patent? Right, so be prepared. With that, in the interest of time, I'll take a couple of more questions on, apart from innovation, there are a lot of other behaviors which are extremely important for any individual to be successful in industry. More often, there is a famous, I would not call metaphor, but a statement which is being used in corporate is IQ hires and EQ fires. Your intelligent quotient hires you in the industry, but if you cannot keep your emotions in check, sometimes it could be a career stagger, right? So there are many such things which matters for any professional to become a very successful leader, right? So with that, I would request Mr. Damu to comment on what are those 2 or 3 very key behavioral aspects which are important for students to demonstrate and impress so that they become future successful leaders.
Rakesh. I think we talked about creativity and innovation. The human psyche is very interesting. It got several qualities. We call it as there's a deep science called cognitive. You know, the study of brain is very, very interesting. It got various forms of emotion, and human brain and humankind always curious and create and innovate. Sometimes one of the emotional quality is the inspiration. I will tell my own example. So we always in the younger days we try to leech or cling to some of the liking things. You will find out. Like for example, all of you are in engineering. Most of you are by choice. Like you want to be an engineer. Some people by chance come into engineering. So it starts very early. Likewise, when you are in your current education, you should always keep your mind to inspire things. So that is the first step for you. The inspiration will allow you to uh, get some curiosity and create your own thirst and quest for learning. Because like if I convert your engineering education is 4 hours, if you convert into hours, it is roughly 2,000 hours. But if you calculate the time by clock time, we have much more. So you need to make use of it to find some answers for how things works. Because this is something when you express your curiosity in your project, in your work, in your interview, that is very much important. As an organization, we already seen your marks. It's done because you're already qualified. How are you going to exhibit your capabilities and your skills in a half an hour or 1 hour interview? That is very important. So your interviewer or your future manager will always look for your EQ, that is nothing but emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, how you approach the problem. This comes only by practice. So you need to really ask questions and learn to ask right questions, and also try to give some solutions. Like Dr. Manish Garg said, the innovation happens incrementally. Whether you take automotive or aerospace or railways, it all started with a simple concept and idea how to move from point A to B with less effort and using some other resources. So this is something we need to imbibe as a person. So it is not only very few people to innovate. Every one of us, we need to innovate in manner. For example, each one of us will be taking a different role in our future organization. Even you take your own as a students, you participated in this contest. Definitely, you have a different role to play in this team. Somebody will be driving, somebody is doing the architecture, somebody is building, somebody is good in integrating things, somebody is good in managing this project. So these are all some of the additional qualities you need to develop. It is not that you should shy away and this is not for me. Everything is possible, but you need to pay little attention. You need to keep your core interest as a primary area, but you should not stop putting your time and efforts in learning and practicing other things also, because in life you need to have a good balance of all these skills. And most importantly, how do you play these skills with your attitude and emotion is very key. I think I felt that this is very important for any person's personal life and career, and also to do innovation. Innovation is a very high discipline thing. It is not only science and maths, because we are innovating for the humankind. So only when you are empathetic and emotional, you understand the problems of the common people. For example, we are talking about electric vehicle, go green. It is not only to prove technology, to save lives, to live in a good environment, pollution-free ecosystem. So this is very important. Unless as a human being we appreciate the problems what we have, the innovation does not mean anything. With these words, I pass back to you, Rakesh.
Thank you, sir. Very wonderfully said, right? So beyond innovation, how do we really express ourselves, right? Which inspires others or which inspire self, right? You talked about, very certainly you talked about learning. How do we constantly learn and be the student of life? Not only the student within those initial 15, 16 years of education, right? But how do we become the student of the life? Very nicely said. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Building on, I was always curious and will be curious, right? One of the quality which I observe about Mr. Mune is his ability to develop relationship and build network, right? That has always amused me. I, I very, certainly observe and learn from him, right? These aspects. So I really want that, that treasure, how to decode that, right? And I'm sure that will help students also. So, sir, what is the secret of developing relationship and building network?
Yeah, thank you, Rakesh. Can I request the host to unmute everybody, because I'll have one question. I mean, they can actually raise the hands. That's easier. Maybe. Yeah, thank you, Rakesh, for the kind words. Yeah, I have two questions. How many of us want to have peaceful sleep every day? You can raise your hands with your.
I'm the first to go, sir.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and nice to see so many hands getting raised. That's nice. The second question is, how many of us? Thank you, DJ. How many of us want to have better pay hike year on year? Yeah. Okay. I think that's fundamental requirement of everybody. Nice to see that. Oh, nice, Krupa. Yeah. Okay. Now, answering to your question, Rakesh, if we actually, first point, we want to have a peaceful life, have a peaceful sleep. We all know that the moment you have a fight, forget about the family, I'm talking about the professional misunderstanding, professional conflict, we cannot have a peaceful sleep. We cannot even spend quality time with our family. That is the fundamental requirement for all of us. We all know that the moment we have a very tough situation in the office, whatever the best effort you put in, it will reflect at home, and which is not worth. Okay. So fundamentally, you need to have a professional relationship, very high degree of professional relationship. How is it possible? Okay. I just wanted to share one point here. I was recruiting one gentleman as my executive assistant sometime back. So we were having interesting discussions. So he shared one interesting point. He said that there are two people in your life you will not be able to choose. Okay. It is given. Okay. You have no choice. Okay. One is your parents. Okay. It's given.
Second is boss.
Second is boss. Okay. Second is boss. So it's very, very important. When I say boss, actually these days, your HR will give you the teams. It is not you get the teams. When you give the specs to your HR team selects and gives you. That means, frankly speaking, these days you don't have a choice with your colleagues as well. Okay, that means you're actually dealing with another individual, another human being. We need to have that empathy because each of us come with our own talents. Okay, our own pros and cons. If you take 10 team members, it is not that everybody is alike. Everybody is completely different. We have to identify what is the strength of each one of them and capitalize on that. When you capitalize, you encourage them, the empathy with them, then I think the team building or a cohesive approach will go hand in hand and you will achieve the results. So the most successful manager, I would say, is the person who has got the least HR related problems. Most successful manager, because he has set the guidelines. This is the objective of the team. This is what we need to deliver a day, month, year, things like that. This is the objective. All of us keep talking about the KPIs and KRAs. That is objective. Once it is done, if they keep working on those areas, that means you have less conflict with them. So you have to encourage them, you have to empathize with them, and you have to respect every individual. See, some of us, for example, okay, some of us cannot speak good English. Doesn't mean that he is not a good engineer. Some people may not be able to articulate well. Doesn't mean that he doesn't know or she does not know things. You should be able to embrace it. There are some people who are extremely silent, but you could see the treasure in them. You have to value that. The moment the moment they see that you are valuing them, they will be with you forever. Okay. What happens generally when we all of us have seen, when you leave an organization, let's say go from A to B company, immediately some colleagues will keep on talking to you because they want to follow you. Why they want to follow you? Not because of the salary at all, not because of the other company is good. It is because of you, which demonstrates that you have had excellent relationship. Like all of the speakers have said, that it is not the money, it is not the technical qualification, because it's all given to you. What is important is how you respect other individual, how you understand their emotions. Okay, all of us come to you when you're working in a team. It is not just the money alone which drives us. It is the mutual respect and admiration. If we can manage this balance and ensure that they're empowered, they're respected, they're motivated, I think your job will be very easy. You'll have less HR problems. You'll have better interpersonal relationship, and your work gets done much faster and easier. That's the best way of doing things. Over to you, Rakesh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think simple things work, right?
Yeah.
The excellence lies in the simplicity,
Yeah.
right? And how we execute them consistently on day-to-day basis, right? So With that, I think we have come close to the end of the session. Again, I take this opportunity to thank all the panelists. And I want to leave one thought in students' mind is this, right? Whatever you have heard in last 1 hour, right? Go through that again and again and practice one thing which you like the most. Doesn't matter what is that thing, right? But pick one aspect what you liked in last 1 hour and practice it, practice it, practice it till you become the best into it, right? With that, a famous quote by our national leader, Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. Right? With that, I conclude the panel discussion. Thank you, panelists, for a wonderful dialogue. Somsekhar?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rakesh.
Thank you, Rakesh.
We'll appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you.
Thanks for the students for their patient listening to us. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear guests, so we just good panel discussion now. And moving on, we now have Mr. Dhananjay and Muniratnam, sir, who will be talking about entrepreneurship for engineering students. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Som. Thank you all. Wish you all a very good afternoon. Can you all do one thing? Can you all raise your hands and get back onto your shoulders and give a pat for yourself? Because it's lunchtime. I'm sure, after lunchtime, it's a real challenge to keep, active and alive after a very powerful, panel session. A lot of things have gone, so you need some space to catch up with some of the thought process that we would discuss. So the idea or the topic that has been given to me is entrepreneurship, and this is one topic that is right now everywhere. It is a buzzword. It is really looked at from a perspective of what we could add value to the society and also make a difference. So, like many of you, I also started as a student member way back in 1999 and subsequently worked with Maruti Suzuki and also some of the companies in Middle East before I started this journey. The fundamental idea of really starting up something on your own, the opportunities currently is very, very high. And I'm sure many of you know that India is hosting a lot of unicorns, and year on year, even beside the pandemic, Bangalore has the highest number of unicorns in the world. And also, India's progress in terms of startups taking up the lead and bringing disruption, it's in a very, very huge way. And I foresee the journey of an entrepreneurship is starting from the thought process of the mind. So, how many of you really want to become an entrepreneur? You can just raise your hands. Aniketan, Kaushik. So the people who want to really become entrepreneurs just keep on raising as I screen through the next stages. So fundamental elements of becoming an entrepreneurship is as follows. First is the thought process and idea clarity that has to be in place. Because many people say that I really want to become an entrepreneur, and then eventually that really doesn't take shape because the first fundamental planning is not done. If you work for a Japanese company, they will say we want to do a PDCA, which is called Plan, Do, Check, Act. If you work for a American company, they will say we want to do a kind of an FMEA, failure mode effect analysis. If you work for a German company, they would come with some terminologies which would be attractive, so that there is a kind of an attention and focus that should go on. And people talk about Six Sigma, people talk about TRIS. So these are all just only the tools. Many people think if I do a training on these things, then I can go into a entrepreneurship.
journey? The answer is no. First is many of you are onto the engineering college at this point of time, and also congratulations on participating in REEV, because it gives an hands-on experience to design something on your own and also put all the parameters of testing in place. Now, these are the 5 steps that one has to take if they really want to go on the journey of an entrepreneurship. The first stage is having a clear mindset of what challenges that would come through your way and you are ready for it. This is the first thing. Second thing, the idea and the concept, or if it is a product or a service, it needs to be validated by doing a market research before you really go on to the drawing onto the execution phase. The third thing, today there are a lot of tools that you can simulate your business model. So a business case simulation and analysis is very, very important. And fourth is the money that is needed for the project or for the business needs to be planned in advance. Instead, many people just start with a small amount without thinking about what kind of expenses they need to incur, and what kind of additional expenses that could come their way. They don't have the end goal in mind, and that's why many startups really do not take a real big shape. The fifth is very, very important. Is all the 4 things can be done. All the 4 things can be really looked at. The last and fifth important thing. Can anyone guess it? You can just put on the chat box. Any guess? What is the fifth one? What is the fifth one? Any guess? Rakesh? What should be the fifth one? Or Muni? If Muni is still there.
Still there, fifth, you're talking about for the entrepreneurship, no?
Yes, for the entrepreneurship, the fifth one is very, very important.
Yeah, fifth one is, I think, certainly that the grit that we have to accomplish the goal, the focus. The focus is
focus.
very important.
Yeah, and very, very true, DJ. I think the purpose of why we want to be the entrepreneur, that why has to be very strong.
So the last fifth thing, almost it comes to very close what you said, Muni and Rakesh. The last fifth thing is, this is very, very important. Let the rest of the world don't believe. Let the rest of the whole world say it can't happen. The fifth one is very, very important, is believing in yourself, the idea that you have conceived. Today, guys, you all have taken up the first journey of building something out of your curriculum, and participating in this event itself shows your entrepreneurial zeal to learn something out of your real-time, educational qualification that needs to be achieved. The most important thing is, as a team, someone has mentioned also a team. So the team, the spirit, the other elements are all enablers. The fundamental thing is believing in yourself. And this is all, if all these 5 things comes in place, what is more important? Without this, nothing will move.
Being profitable.
That's end of everyone's business. Very important. See, all this fine. You start believing in your very, very deep belief. Even everyone says, then you still believe it. This one particular element is where it makes whether the business sustainable or not. It makes the idea into action. The
Conviction.
conviction, yes, it's already built. When you believe in yourself, conviction is already built.
Maybe somebody has written team. Is it team?
Yeah.
Someone has written as execution. Execution is part of the activity. So for execution, what do you need to take? So
Is
this too is very important, which generally is called as getting into action, because people make beautiful business policies, beautiful Excel sheets, well drafted PPTs, all idea designed on a CAD cam or use the latest software. use all the tools in the world like Six Sigma, Lean tools, all tools, but what they really don't understand is getting into the action. So, an entrepreneur, one of the major quality is you need to have a plan in place. As I said in the beginning, you should have a complete blueprint of what you're going to achieve. And the third thing, which I clearly said, is understanding the whole business requirement and believing in yourself. And finally, which will make the difference is getting into actions. Very good meetings done, very good promoters, investors pitch done, very interesting activities that has been, completed. But why many ideas just stay in the classrooms or in the colleges or in the meeting rooms is that one person who needs to take their actions. So this way we call for an entrepreneurship toolkit. This 4 R is very, very important. While you have defined everything, the first thing is role. What role as an entrepreneur you're going to act? If it is your idea, it's a complete team idea. The first and foremost thing in the entrepreneurship journey is role. You should clearly define what is your role going to be. You should clearly, from the day one, have a responsibility matrix put in place. The third R is resources. Resources can be a tool or a machine or a design or anything, resources that is needed to run the business. And the money is also one of the major resource that needs to be put in place. And the fourth R is the right technology and the right method, because people lose time because if they don't have this 4 R in place. And it's very, very important that really they need to do it. Okay, now coming to the basic steps. What should I do when I have to become an entrepreneur? Because people, you can go to the Google, type life of an entrepreneurship, you can type a lot of information availability. But the practical execution of an idea is you have to develop a prototype, like how you did it for REEV. If you're a business, if you're into a service industry, you need to define your service. What is that you're going to deliver? If you're making a product, you should be very specific. What particular problem, whether it is going to make the life easy, whether your product is going to build in safety on the roads, whether the product is completely, bringing a new technology that is not in place. And the most important thing is putting a continuous improvement process in place. This is very, very an important tool for an entrepreneurship, because at times we love our idea, because the best thing is we always love ourselves and our idea, what is generated on our mind. If some people give a feedback, this is what it should not be done, we always have a resistance to take the feedback. So one of the enabling skill that an entrepreneur should take is to take feedback in the most constructive way and use that to build your business. So, to become an entrepreneur, you really need to look at to have a clarity in mind whether you're going to be into a service industry or whether you're going to be a product industry. So now, if you look at engineering services as a tool, I'm sure Damo and Muni and everyone would really tell a lot about this maybe in the next now or later. That engineering services industry is really going a big way. So the other day, I was meeting someone in Dubai. Uh, can you imagine a company? Always people think big revenues comes from having more number of people. The answer is no. To my surprise, a company in the US and based out of Dubai is making a 110 crore business in the last 8 years just with 6 people. So what is really needed is it's not the big people or a big team or big investment is needed to become an entrepreneur. The first and foremost thing to become an entrepreneur that needs is your self conviction, like Muni said, your clear thought of what you're going to do, and a kind of a roadmap where you want to go from day one until the day end of the go to market scenario. Rakesh, I would like to take questions so that it could make a little bit more interactive.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Vijay, and wonderful, wonderful. So, students, I'm sure you'll be while Dhananjay he himself is benchmark for his journey in entrepreneurship. I'm sure you'll have a lot of questions, and at the same time, I'm sure you'll be curiously waiting for next 1 hour. Who is the winner, and who takes the trophy, right? So I'll keep that curiosity on. But at the same time, maybe if students can respond to Mr. Dhananjay's request on any questions on entrepreneurship, either you can put into chat window or you can unmute and speak.
Good evening, sir. My name is Brijesh from President's University.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, we as engineering students who are just graduating, do you think it's a good idea for us to look at entrepreneurship starting out, or uh, to work in a job in an organization for get our skills to the mark, then go into an entrepreneurship kind of role?
Okay, so the best way to look at it, whether should I go to becoming an entrepreneur immediately as soon as I graduate from college, or I need to take some experience and then go to the college. It all depends upon whether you are, taking up a risk on building something new on your own, and for that, what kind of sacrifices you're ready to make. If you're ready to take up a kind of 18 months to 24 months, even if you don't have any salary coming in, but you are very confident in building a product or a service, then entrepreneurship would be a journey that you can take. And general activity, whether you want to be an entrepreneur immediately out of college, or sometime, or after working sometime, it depends upon person to person and this real time scenario what it is with him, because it is not a one fit size methodology that can be adapted. Even if you look at a tea shop owner is an entrepreneur. So whether you wanted to build an enterprise, or whether you want to start a small SME, or whether you want to be a self-employed people, because many people get confused being a self-employed with respect to an entrepreneur. The basic difference is, if you're the basic fundamental objective of an entrepreneurship is creating value, creating more jobs, creating more value to the society, and at the same time solve real time problems. If your idea or your overall project can solve real time problems and start making money within say 180 days, then you can, even without experience, you can go ahead in starting a company. But believe me, don't burn cash, because the biggest problem people right now do is they burn cash because they get some investor, they get some seed money, they get some next levels of investments through various forums, and eventually they don't end up making a business. The only fundamental thing is, if you have to spend your own money, what will you do with that money? If you are in that scenario, that would give you a clear thought whether I have to become an entrepreneur right now or later.
There's a follow-up question, DJ, and I think you briefly touched on investors. So there's a question that
Okay.
how to reach out to
So how
investors.
to reach to an investor today? There are a lot of platforms that is available. There are, if you go to the Google and search for competitions of startup competitions, startup decks, startup Adda, startup India, Make in India, Invest India. So there are lot many government initiatives which is already in place, to whom you can go with a pitch deck and then present it to them, or you can compete in a competition and then do it. Investor is interested to invest money if you are able to make, say, $100,000 into $200,000. He is not interested to burn out the money what is being invested. So reaching out to an investor is very easy. If your idea is good, you build a brand, and then today it was not the same thing when we all started in 2009 10. where we did not have this kind of a ecosystem that is right now available. Today, there's a very good ecosystem, and people are really building up teams of various ages, various skill patterns, and then they're really making wonders. So how to reach out to a vendor is first is have a solid proposal and a business plan which you could convince the investor, and automatically rest will be attracted.
Absolutely. Just to add, with DJ's permission, right? Bangalore, I don't know, at least couple of years before, Bangalore was the second largest ecosystem in India for startups, right? Now, I don't know, it could be first now, right? So in Bangalore itself, there is a forum called 10,000 Startups, likewise you will find in many other cities, right? So as DJ said, there are avenues, right? But I think what is most important is the idea which, or the
So,
problem which you want to solve.
Rajesh, Rakesh, today there are people waiting with money loaded with their checks ready to be signed, or digital wallets to be used, or invest money on a return on investment, which could really make a difference. So first fundamental thing is people go what big mistakes they do, Rakesh and everyone. People think entrepreneurship means having a Apple MacBook, having an iPhone, and then making a small deck, and then going around and asking for money. This is a really a wrong concept in terms of wasting people's time, because they may encourage and accommodate you for first time, second time, third time, then automatically you start losing opportunities to meet people or an investor, and eventually it doesn't not only lead to a kind of a failure of your journey. It will primarily lead you to frustration, and then it would really lead you not to believe in yourself. So that is why in the 5 points I said, first believe in yourself, money will automatically come. And always it is not important that you need investors to sell your product or build your product, or service the market by only investment. There are companies like, even for example, we are 11 years old company, and we have never raised or went to an investor for a single rupee. So there is advantages, there is a disadvantages, but you should decide what you really need before getting onto an entrepreneurship. Believe me,
Can-
it is very exciting, it is very interesting, and it gives you a lot of learning opportunity when you're an entrepreneur, because in the initial days you're your office boy, you're your courier boy, you're the same guy who does the printing, you're your own company's general manager, you're your own finance accounts, you say whatever, you have your card printed on your name as one person. And biggest problem, when even we learned the hard way, is if you are investing into a company, or if you're willing to become an entrepreneur, the first and foremost thing, you need to ensure you are really groomed up well, you have a clarity of thought in your head, you're having clear steps, step by step, what will you do, the next steps, and that would really make a big difference in terms of moving a company with one person to making it $1,000 company, and so on. So, like Rakesh said, there's 10,000 startup. There is Maruti Suzuki Innovation Lab. There is Continental having its own, startup initiatives. Bosch having its own startup initiatives. You name any company today, their CSR and at least 10% of the money is invested on startup. For example, BMW has something called BMW Startup Garage. Go to the Google, just get onto it. But think, it's not only the money that you're going to invest. Think before you invest time. Entrepreneurship means it's not like the movie Surya coming on a flight, getting down, and four people waiting with a Rolls Royce, getting into the one meeting and then handing over the phone to the other, and then having a girlfriend to roam around. That's not the real life. That's not the real entrepreneurship. It really has a 24/7 effort, a willingness to sacrifice, and all your meetings, important meetings, will only come when you have your family function, when you have your wife's birthday, when you have your kid's birthday, or it's one of the most relatives meeting that you need to attend. You need to be willing to sacrifice. If you're ready to sacrifice some of the key things, and these two things I believe everyone has to do if you really want to be an entrepreneur is, first of all, go and tell your parents, this is what I need to do. Because if that support system is built, ask them time, 2 years, 3 years, like you all saw the Three Idiots movie, and Madhavan becoming a photographer after 4 years of engineering. So sometimes ideas are good, but you need to have the sense of knowledge, the sense of understanding the real life, uh, between the real life. What how you say in Instagram, we have a real life and a real life. So same is for an entrepreneurship. The real life of an entrepreneurship is very much rewarding, is very much encouraging. You had tried, you have a lot of learning, and you also have a lot of money, provided your business goes in the right direction. Otherwise, it's all a tough journey. You might, you might always be ready to have mentors. Like, for example, I call up Muni when I wanted to quit. So like that, you should have some strong pillars. When you want to quit your entrepreneurship journey, they say no, go another way. The last, I conclude with one story. This one story is very interesting story that I watched when I was doing my engineering college. So this is the story of gold at 10 feet. So there was a village, and then someone said, "In this land, you'll find a big gold." So the brothers starts digging the land. One, two, three, four, 8 steps gone, and big, holes, and they're just making the sand taking out of the place to see that where to find the gold. And after 8 steps, this guy gives up, and then one passerby asks them, what is it, why these guys have made a big empty place of 8 feet big, digged up. So the guy says the story, and the passerby just says, let me try, and then he digs the ninth step, and the 10th step there's a dung sound, which he got a rock gold of gold. And since the rest two guys did not take any action, and this guy took an action, it wasn't part of the agreement. If I find gold, it is mine. So it was signed up before they went to it. So as an entrepreneur, you need to protect your IP. So please work on your IP rights. Number one, you need to protect your ideas. That's a second thing. The third thing is have a proper contract written, a non-disclosure agreement done before your idea is shared to anyone or to any companies. This is a fundamental requirement. Otherwise, one fine morning you'll get up and say, my idea has been stolen by someone. If you look at all the ideas in the world are the same. It's just only the type of pattern that is being implemented. So the 10 feet goal story is, you will generally try, 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 and may fail at one point of time, but don't give up. That's the story I want to really leave for today's team. Don't give up, believe in yourself, and have an on ground, humble presence. Money will come, business will grow, and let's make India the best place in the world. Thank you, Rakesh. Over to you.
Thank you, DJ. Very well summarized, and I'm sure it would have inspired a lot of minds today, right? And I'm sure students will, listen this session again and again, and make the appropriate actions based on what suits them, right? So, thank you, DJ. Som?
Thank you, sir. Uh, so, Next, we have the recognition. We'll be starting the valedictory ceremony now. So first, Mr. Rakesh Bidray will recognize all the software partners. Sir, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Som. So, do you have the
Yes, sir.
slides ready? Again,
Yes.
all the software partners, I think it would have been impossible for us to do a re-virtual because the tools and the technology what they provided us is really help students to solve physics-based problems and not just opinion or use some very abstract thinking, right? So with that, Abacus from Similia and the uh, software provided by them has really helped. So we really, on behalf of REEV, we thank the Similia and Abacus team. And I would request students to clap and applaud from wherever you are, right? And share your sense of gratitude towards them. The next one is ANSYS. Again, we thank you for your continued support. And I think the technology provided by you really is paving the way for engineers to become very professional and pro engineers. So thank you, ANSYS. Next one. Altair. Again, best example of innovation, right? And specifically SimSolid, how that is changing the foundation of simulation, right? So again, we thank you, the Altair team, for their wonderful support. IPG car maker, they joined us somewhere in July, and Mr. Chandrasekhar Prasad, I think he could not join today because of so I'm not sure if Chandrasekhar Prasad is on the call.
Sir, no, sir. Sir had joined initially, but then he had to leave due to his personal work.
So with just one call, I think IBG Carmaker CEO, Mr. Ramnathan, and his team came forward to help us and develop the Planck models for simulating various real-world scenarios. So we thank you, IPG Carmaker team. The Mathworks team, again, our sincere gratitude and appreciation to the entire team. We have management committee member Mr. Vijay, who represents Mathworks, and definitely MATLAB brings the physics, mathematics, and various science streams together. Right now, it is multi-physics. Let me call that way, right? Multi-physics to help us solve very core engineering problems. So, Vijay, are you there on the call?
Yes, Rakesh. Thanks for the thanks for the opportunity, and I think Abhishek from the team has worked closely with the student competition teams also. So yeah, it's good to see the amount of participation from the student competition. Thanks to the students also for incorporating the concepts. Thanks, Rakesh.
Thank you, Vijay, and thank you to Abhishek. Right, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Thank you, sir. So these are our software partners, all six of them.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Sir, I now request Mr. Dhananjay Muniratnam, sir, to recognize our industry partners. Dhananjay, sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you all for your wonderful support. So we had an extensive support from Apollo, ASM Technologies, Boeing, Continental, Eaton, Endurance, GM, Java GM Consulting, Havia, Mathworks, Tenneco, TVS, Volvo, and Varig. excellent support for your contribution towards REEV 2022. And we look forward for your extended support for the years to come and create this REEV event to become a national event and a global event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Rakesh, sir, we missed one more partner of ours, Siemens.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Som. Again, thanks a lot to the Siemens team, whose analysis softwares really helped the students. And thank you to Dr. Manish Garg for introducing us to Siemens and bring in REEV family. So thanks, Dr.
Thank you,
Manish.
Rakesh.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I now request Mr. Venkatraj from SA India. Sir, so I would request you to recognize our sponsor IEEE, sir.
Absolutely, Som. If you could display the slide. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So,
Yes.
respected Muniratnam, Engineering Education Board Chair and SA India Treasurer, respected Damodaran, Section Chair, our vibrant Bangalore section, Rakesh Bidray, Vijay Ramakrishnan, DJ, Manish Jaiswal, and all our selfless and hardworking Bangalore section volunteers. Good afternoon. And my dear beloved students, I wanted to take a few minutes before I get onto the slide. It is very interesting to note the REEV journey. It all started with one single thought from a visionary from General Motors. And then 100 people have actually logged in their hours. There's a lot of hard work and thought behind this student competition. Over 1,000 hours was clocked, and we had multiple speed breakers and stumbling blocks in the very first year. I'm sure Rakesh and others will fondly remember. I don't know whether I can say fondly, but we will all remember the journey of the budget. So my dear students, SA India is here to make you industry ready, and we wanted to build more and more iconic events. You're all aware of the Baja, Supra, Tiffan, and others, and there was a gap in the electric vehicle, especially the hybrid vehicle. So Bangalore section spotted that, and we wanted to do that. We are indeed very, very happy to witness the constant support from software and industry partners and entrepreneurs and other contributors. The IEEE journey is also very interesting. IEEE Industry Application Society. SA India has a memorandum of understanding with the global IEEE Industry Application Society. They have about 39 pillars, and this is one of them, which focuses on the mobility, especially on the electronics related mobility engineering aspects. So when Dr. Arvind Bharadwaj and Dr. Tommy Sebastian signed up, they have visualized a big future for India, and that is happening now. So we have conducted several editions of iTech, and during the course, we sought more support, and we briefly talked to them about the REEV competition. And after a couple of meetings, I think they were ready to do it. They have sponsored about 10 lakhs for this competition. Thank you, IEEE, for your consistent support. I'm sure a couple of the IEEE members are present from our Bangalore chapter, IEEE chapter. I don't know if they are already there. Even if you're not there, thank you so much. And one thing I wanted to tell you, my dear students, our one acronym I wanted to leave you with. My friend DJ has well spoken about several steps of being an entrepreneur. in continuation of that, when you drive a vehicle, wherever you are, whichever vehicle you do, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, whatever, you always follow IPDE, right? First, you infer what is going to happen on the road. You know, a cow coming in, or another passerby comes in, or another vehicle is going to put a sudden brake. Then you do predict what is going to happen, right? That's a P in IPDE. And then you decide whether to apply the brake or jump out of the vehicle or do something. Then, like DJ said, execute actions. So I just wanted to leave you with these 4 words. If you want to win in the mobility life, use IPDE, use SAE India for the I and P. You can infer what is going on in the mobility world by becoming a member of SAE India, and then you can predict the emerging trends by participating in the competitions, attending our conferences. Then it's up to you to do the decision making and execution. Thank you. I wish you all the best and more innovations and actions are on the way. Thank you, Soms. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I would now request Mr. Javji Muniratnam, sir, to recognize our judges who were part of REEV Virtuals 2022 last week, who came, all of them came to Presidency University. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Som. Thank you once again. See, it is like this, we have judges in life always, okay? It begins with our parents. Without them, we won't reach the stage. So once you get married, you have your spouse as judge. It's basically checks and balances. It is not that they have to play a break always, okay? Similarly, for our REEV activity, we have tremendous contribution, support, encouragement, guidance from our judges. So I would like to thank each one of them now. I'd like to thank Mr. Ranjit Kumar. He was so kind enough to come all the way from Chennai to Bangalore. And believe me, this Presidency University campus is not within the city. Okay, this is the other end of the city. Actually, if you're coming from Chennai, you have to cross Bangalore. Out of Bangalore, you have to cross the airport. From there, you have to reach this place. So thank you so much, Ranjit, for your passion, support, and a great contribution to our.
Mani sir, just wanted to add, Ranjit, the last group whom he was, reviewing, it was scheduled for 30 minutes, but he was kind enough to listen to the students for almost 1.5 hours.
Oh, very nice.
Right? So he was so curious. So, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you, Rakesh, for this interesting input. Yeah, see what happens. I don't know to explain, but generally just wanted to share that when judges are so curious through the judgment process is very exploratory, students get to learn quite a lot. Okay, we need to instigate them. So I'm so glad that you have spent so much of time with the team, Ranjit. Sincerely appreciate that. Yeah, next. Okay, Som. Yeah, thank you, Ashish. Also heard the similar wonderful feedback from your side. Thank you so much. And I wish actually if we can some way get their live image also on the screen, it will be nice. But thank you so much once again, Ashish. Next, please. Yes, sir, Mr. Sukumar, thank you. Thank you. You've spoken a couple of times. So thank you so much for your again active participation and mentoring to the students of judging. Thank you. Next. Next one. Okay, it looks like there is a lag. Okay. But thank you, Mr. Vijay Kumar. Thanks for the wonderful support. Yeah, look forward to your continued support for the students. Yes. Next one, please. Also wanted to let you know these judges were not just are only judging, they have been walking. As I'm saying, the right gentleman photo has come onto the screen. They have been walking with the students from the day one. And okay, again, we have Mr. Chandrasekhar Prasad. We fondly call him as CP. Mornings, evening, nights, anytime. He has been with the students. He's been encouraging them, guiding them, mentoring them, pushing them, coaxing them. Amazing support. In fact, I would say he's not only the judge. Judge has been an incidental role of him, but he's been actually hand-holding all the team members. He personally visited, despite all this COVID, he personally visited the colleges. Thank you, CP. Are you there, CP? I know you must be there for sure. Yeah. Thank you, CP. Thank you so much for your wonderful support. Next one, please. Som.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Vivekananda. Thanks for your wonderful support. We've been in a great journey. And yeah, also one request to the judges is it's very, very, very closed event. This is one of the iconic event in the SA India, because normally in other areas, okay, we have some specs, people follow it. Here. A lot of mentoring is happening. You can actually nurture them with much more passion. I know that you've already walked long way with them, but I want your support. As DDG Venkatraj said, that we need to make it as a national event. Thank you so much. Next slide, please. Yes, our hero of the entire thing. Yeah, let me take this opportunity to tell you, all of you, both girls and boys here, the number of calls we have, whether it's a REEV, with so many other things. Okay. Every day we have number of calls, all related to SAE, all related for students. I'm telling you, 99% of the discussion is only towards what is that we can do better for students. What is that we can enhance their skills? What is the way we can support them? That's the kind of discussions we have. We are very happy and proud to have such leaders as part of our team members. Once again, thank you for your support, Rakesh. Of course, judging has been incidental, I would say, but honestly, the great support. Yeah. Thank you, Rakesh.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of unsung heroes here. There's Dr. Manish. Yeah, Dr. Manish, I know that like a couple of others, been new to the team. I started interacting with them only last maybe 2 to 3 years only, but his support and encouragement has been immense, and very, very regular participant in all the activities. Thank you, Dr. Manish. Next, please.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next, please. Yes, our Vijay Ramakrishnan. He has set certain trends in SAE activities. Okay. Always smiling. And as you know that, yeah, it's very interesting about Vijay. We never know whether he's in Bangalore or Coimbatore. Okay. Seamless delivery of his support, encouragement, and coaxing and coaching to the students. Thank you, Vijay. Yeah.
Just wanted to share, sir, Vijay, who is the convener for REEV, we had a situation where he was going through some of health challenges, right? And for a moment, we thought maybe, let him take care of his health. But I could see him on the day of, the last week, right, when the virtual has happened. He was the first. The first person who called me is Vijay.
Oh, so nice of him.
So it's absolutely a selfless act where he's putting the interest of students and REEV, in front of everything, right? So
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I take this again opportunity here for the students and the college management, if any management is here, but also the faculty. I know without faculty we cannot do this, because faculty is the bridge between SAE and the students, and every faculty member walks a lot more than what they were supposed to do in the regular day-to-day life and day-to-day job. Okay, they have been supporting us, and we are very happy to have people like Vijay Ramakrishnan, who is actually bridging this with the faculty advisors and the students. Oh, yeah, next slide. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Balaji Srinivasan, young man, very wonderful support. Thanks for your participation, the judge. Thank you so much. Judging activities. Shubham Kant, yes, we had a couple of interaction, and thanks once again for wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I know you're very young, so what happens sometimes this students will get even more motivated because they feel easier to connect with people like you. Okay, so it is nice to have such people as part of the judges. Okay, because that's an inspiration, no? They're not looking at some 40-year-old judge, but there is somebody looking at a 25-year-old, 22-year-old, or 27-year-old young engineer as part of the judge. And thank you so much for wonderful participation support. Yeah, thank you, Venkat. Yeah, you've been again a long associate of REEV. Thank you so much. Thanks for your participation and support for the judging
Thank you,
activities. We have a couple of star walls. Yes, Mr. Guru Prasad, thank you so much. Yeah, he's been again with us for a long time. Really appreciate your support. Yeah, I think that this is that done, Som?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Okay.
Pawan is sharing that day's photo, sir. So
Okay, great. So,
okay.
overall, I would like to thank judges. You have actually validated. We have again. This is the group photo of our judging team on the valedictory. On the 2 weeks back. So each one of you have immensely contributed. It's great to have you. So your activity of judging is the final D-Day for the students, isn't it? So that way, it's an important day for all of us. Appreciate your help. Thank you so much. Thank you, Som. Pawan, you're the pillars.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, next one. I think we are done, no?
Yes, sir. Judging is done, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Som.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think now we have, I'll call upon Mr. Damodaran for thanking Presidency University for hosting us for virtual, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shom. Thank you, my colleagues.
Whom do we have from Presidency University? Can they come on?
Is faculty, Professor Uday or faculty is there from Presidency on the call?
Dr. Uday Ravi has to join, sir. Unfortunately, sir, having some personal today.
Professor Praveen is there?
Sir, we have our HOD, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So in any event of this scale, the support of college, especially academia, industry, and organization like SA India, we have been seeing for more than 2 decades. Without the support of university, any event is not going to be very successful. Especially, it's very important to mention the kindness, hospitality provided by Presidency University. I take this opportunity as a chair along with my fellow committee members, organizers of this event, our gratitude to management of Presidency University, as well all the staff members for their excellent support to run this event. We know that, in the current scenario, running this kind of an event, how difficult, they have a regular work. It is worth to mention not only these names, but all the members, especially Dr. Udaya Ravi, professor from Presidency, as well Dr. Praveen Kumar, professor. Without their support, in addition to them, there are many other faculty members as well the volunteers. That's very, very important. I really appreciate, the role of volunteer here. More than 10 number of volunteers have been supporting this event. From the family of SAE India and SAE Bangalore section, and especially from the REEV organizing committee, we all together applaud and extend our gratitude and thanks for running this event. And we are all, as Muni, my colleague, said, we are all united and focused how to deliver the best to the students and the academia. In that way, this is a wonderful event. And thank you once again. Thanks, Sean.
I think HOD is on the call. Can I request him to,
Please.
Series?
Sir,
Marigowda?
no, sir.
Sir.
I don't think. Yes,
Sir,
yes.
just now I got a call from our HOD, sir. Actually, till now, sir was there in the session. Due to network issue, he logged out with him, sir. He's trying to join again.
Okay. Maybe Marigowda, once he joins, you can inform Som, and we would request your HOD to say a few words.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
And just for the entire SA fraternity to know, Presidency University has played a significant role in the REEV first edition also. They were rather the hosting partners for REEV final, which happened in 2019. So they are one of our foundation partners from academia. Go ahead, Som.
Sir,
Sir has joined, sir.
Sir joined.
So, sir, join.
Yes,
Sir, Marigowda, can you request HOD sir to speak few words? And maybe if bandwidth allows, sir, can I request to be on the, you can turn on your video if possible.
Sir, I am able to hear you, sir. Sir, there is a small network issue. I was there until now. Just I was
Okay.
logged out, sir. Sir, it was great pleasure having you people in your university, sir. And that was what I could tell you, sir. Our students are also so happy. It was nice, sir. It was nice working with all of you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, now moving on. So I think now this is one of the exciting moments where students were waiting for. So we'll now I request yes, sir?
Not so quickly. I thought, Som, you are going to create some more curiosity. You are, it's not even halfway through. Next picture abhi baki hai. So.
I think we should not display the slides right now, Soms. Just hold it.
Okay, sir.
We will talk and then we'll give a prelude.
Sure, sir. Sure. I'll just introduce you, sir. So, students, now I would request our DDG, SA India DDG, Mr. Venkat Raj, sir, to announce the shortlisted students. And, I would also like to add that students who have been shortlisted are, shortlisted on for those companies for next set of rounds. It doesn't mean that they have given you the offer letter, right? So you'll be going through next set of rounds from that company now. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Soms. That is actually the visiting card for getting into the job. So we should put it that way.
Right.
Okay, friends, this is definitely an exciting moment. And I wanted to give you some prelude. So if you look at our other student competitions, there are 3,000 students and the success rate is about 110 so far. on an average about 100, 105, 110. So that was Baha. So you can convert that into a percentage, okay? And now REEV, in its very early innings, I would say the success rate is really, really high. It is almost 1/5 of the people who have attended. So about 100 people, I would say, who have attended who have participated or taken the REEV challenge. And 1/5 of them are moving into the next level of HR round. Before we put up the slide, with your permission, Rakesh, Muni, and Damo, I wanted to say a few things. Something in the lighter vein, students. I don't normally talk to the better halves of our senior volunteers, I mean the wives. Tell me why. Because I'll get beaten every time, because they think that I am the guy instrumental in plugging away their Saturdays, Sundays,
I
late night.
already got it, Venki. Thank you for reminding.
Correct. So I'll not probably come to your home for next 6 months until the competition is over, Damo. I think same case with the Muni sir also and many others. Students, the reason why I've mentioned this is what do they get? They get the pleasure of promoting you, making you industry ready, putting you through the future, correct? We all work through that. Imagine like this, today is a Sunday, it's a long holiday in some cities.
Meeting.
And I'm sure many of our volunteers, in fact, almost all the volunteers are dressed up and they're spending almost half a day with you. For what? For making you industry ready. The country, you, SA India, mobility organizations, everybody went through real challenging times in the last 24 months, correct? Because of Mr. COVID, Mrs. COVID, and his son and daughter. First wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave. So, and then inflation went up, the jobs lost, and production went down. We couldn't deliver, we couldn't talk to each other. So the country, especially the mobility sector and the education sector, went through a lot of challenges. Despite that, it's not normal times, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in. We are living in some extraordinary times with a lot of challenges. I know for sure that moving from my home to the office, 6 kilometers, was a project. Moving one computer from Malleshwaram to Shantinagar was another project in Bangalore. So we lived through real tough times we've never seen in the last century, I would say. I have not witnessed. At the most, the biggest challenge was not getting the salary rise when I started, or the petrol price went up, or I couldn't get the first show ticket for my favorite actor. But this is unimaginable. I am telling you all this because SA India is very proud to have such volunteers who have put together the entire thing. I am actually witnessing the finesse in the student competition in REEV. I'm talking from my heart because the volunteers of REEV have studied all the competitions, not only SA India, all the student competitions, and they have plugged all the shortfalls or shortcomings. For example, mentor-mentee program, going to the colleges and then thanking each and every one of them, supporting students with the hardware, software, mentorship program, and many more. I think the series of support which you have received, SA India is not the reason. It is the volunteers who are behind the scenes. There are many, many unsung, unspoken heroes. In fact, that's one thing why I'm very, very proud of our society, because wherever I go, I see passion in one way or the other. It could be either powertrain or battery or electric vehicle or the students or the professional conference. So I have set the stage to tell you that not only our volunteers, also our industry partners have come forward, because there is a skill gap. My dear boys and girls, India in the last 5 years have set up Automotive Skill Development Council. Then you have State Skill Development Council. And then you have National Skill Development Council. There are several steps both central and state governments and the ministries have taken to bridge the gap. Long way to go, but we are doing our bit by aligning with our industry partners. So you will be very glad to know that these three companies have looked up to you as somebody who is not normal, somebody with a special skill. Okay, so you are actually special, whoever is coming up. And also I would like to leave a message that in case if you don't see your name on the slide, don't worry, don't get disheartened, don't lose your heart, because there are more opportunities. Stick to SA India, then you can do more. I'm indeed very, very happy to announce that 20 students moved to the next level in the HR round. Now, Soms.
Yes, sir.
Slides, please.
Yes.
Are you all standing up in your seat? Students shortlisted for internship and HR round, Axis Cadus company. First of all, my thanks to Axis Cadus. Mr. K. Sai from K. Sai Narmada from Presidency University, Bangalore, and Goli Manogna from Presidency University, Siddesh Borse, Bhushan Paul, Tejas, Puneet, Sunit, Shreyas, and Sangamesh. All of you have moved up to the next round, which means you're very, very close to getting the offer letter. This is now between, there's only one gate between you and Axis Cadus. That's a final interview. Correct, Soms? So
Yes,
our
sir.
congratulations to all these 9 students. A big round of applause. And thank you, Axis Cadus, for having selected and having believed in SA India and REEV. I'm sure these students will stand up to your expectations. Puneet is already saying, thank you, sir. Okay. So are you with tears, Puneet? So we have students from Mysore, Hassan, Coimbatore, and Bangalore. So this also talks about the diversity we have in REEV. This is already a national event. We wanted to actually take it to the international waters. We would like to have probably next year student teams from UAE, that is Dubai, or with the help of Dhananjay and others, because we're already in talks with BITS Pilani, Dubai, and many others, and nearby countries. Okay, the next slide, please. Mathworks, a continuing partner. I wouldn't like to use the word sponsor. They are literally there with us as an extension of our board or section or the organizing committee in most of the events, whether it is in aerospace or auto or SIMC or REEV. Thank you so much, Mathworks. Honey Ketan, Danush, Bhavya Bharatwaj, Srinandan, Milineni, Lekana, Kirti Raj, Shriya Satish, Pashwal Gujar, and Roshini Tresa. From Pune, Coimbatore, Bangalore, and Hassan. I'm indeed very, very happy to see that people have attended from Pune and then attend with this. Congratulations to all the 9 of you. You're very close to getting recruited, subject to one more round from Mathworks. Our congratulations, heartfelt congratulations to you. And one good thing I see is there is a good mix of boys and girls and a good mix of South and West. Correct, Rakesh ji? It's very heartening. Yep. It's a very nice thing because REEV is not a South program. It is already a national program. Okay. Thank you and congratulations to all of you. Next one, please. ACG Automotive has chosen Nitin Jaikar and Ashwin Rao from Vidya Vartaka College of Engineering, VVCE from Mysuru. Congratulations, Nitin and Ashwin, and thank you, ACG Automotive. It would be nice if any of the students can talk for 1 or 2 minutes, if that is okay with you, Rakesh.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would like to hear any volunteer out of this 20. I'll tell you the price. If you have the courage to talk, you will be moved on to the next level of interview. Arey, aja. Somebody from Pune, Bangalore, Hassan. We would like to hear from you. You can talk in your own language.
Students, you have to speak.
Mute.
Yeah, Venki, they are looking for their evening party now. Right?
So, okay.
They're all planning for party.
Right? Oh, by any chance, are they in unmute mode from the host?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, I think there is one. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I'm Narmada from Presidency University. I'd like to thank my team and my management and our mentor, and I'm really excited to know that I got shortlisted. Thank you, sir.
How was the journey, Narmada? When did you start?
It was a journey. It was a journey of very much learning. I had learned how to work on Mathworks only because I am working in this project. Before this project, I have no idea about MATLAB and how we do simulation tests. But only for this project, I got to learn MATLAB and worked on the hybrid algorithm for our team. That is one of the great learning that I had throughout my journey, and as also the project manager of my team, and it has also been a great learning. I found out that I can manage people very well through experience. I can really say that now. I'm confident in myself now.
Very good. So
who is your manager in the project?
Project manager. Yeah.
So your company is the project
now.
Yeah, she is the project manager. So Narmada, whenever you decide, in case if you decide to start your startup or in your internship journey, you can always, one is definitely a job, and then even if you're looking for any help on the entrepreneurship, right? I think we have a lot of support systems. So
anybody else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Narmada. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Other one.
Am I audible?
Anji.
Yeah, this is Lekhana, sir, from Presidency University, Bangalore.
Anji.
Actually, first of all, we'd like to thank our captain and like each and every person in our team for keeping cool and supporting us since beginning. So this is really an incredible journey, and big thanks to all of them for supporting us since beginning. This is what I wanted to say, sir. Thank you.
So, Lakana, are you completely reeved now?
Sorry, sir?
Are you completely in the reeve? Are you reeving?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so one request to all the students who got selected and otherwise is please give back your expertise, your tips and tricks for the next year students. We would like to institute that alumni system if it is already there, Rakesh ji. Otherwise, my request is, we need to have that alumni club who can guide students. That's a great way of, they can talk their language and it'll be good.
So you are reading my mind, Venki. So just for, just on record, I think after this second edition, we will have close to 600 plus students, alumni, who will become a part of REEV family, which is, I think, a significant milestone.
Yeah, we used to conduct the students union or student convention. Okay, convention is the right word. That is for all students. In the similar fashion, if our engineering education board allows, we can possibly conduct alumni meeting of REEV in one of the engineering colleges, and we can actually share the knowledge, and
Absolutely.
the aspiring REEVians can also come in and take the knowledge. So it'll be good.
Excellent idea. And I think, yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Or it can be a virtual. If logistics is a nightmare, we can have another WebEx meeting, and then we can only moderate. It'll be done by the alumni. Is that all, Soms? Can I sign off?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Soms. I'm going to stay.
Yes, sir. Sir, next I would call upon Mr. Muniratnam for recognizing the organizing committee members, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Som. Yeah, I just would like to again personally congratulate all the students who have been selected for this HR internship and interviews. Normally in the industry normies, anybody who gets through this internship, which means it's a kind of an assurance that you will get a job. Okay, so you're like DDG said that it is like a job for you. I'm very glad that you have taken very proactively and with a lot of interest to ensure that you attended all these events, learned, experimented, and also attended the HR interview. I'm very happy and proud of all of you and the team as well. Okay, so coming back to the organizing committee, see, this has become, the REEV has become a kind of an organization itself, okay, within SAE, and very, very, very passionate members. They're available to take a REEV call than their calls from home. Okay, that's the kind of trend has been set in. So I would like to wholeheartedly thank, congratulate, and wish all the REEV OC members. To begin with, Sunil. Is Sunil there? I'll be happy if I can see his face as well in the call here. Sunil-san? Rakesh, is Sunil there?
Not sure. Yeah, I don't see
no
him.
problem.
But I'll keep a watch. Yeah,
not to worry. Just to let others know that Sunil has been and he is the instrumental for our REEV activity. He's on a very mission critical project now, a very large automotive project in the country. So despite that, he has been supporting, he has been mentoring, and I would say he has been pushing the entire team to its brim of performance and beyond. Okay, thank you, Sunil san. And next is our Mr. Rakesh Bidray, who is also the convener for our Baha, putting in lots and lots of effort And generally people complain that he's not reachable, but I don't say that. He is the best example of busy person because he's available when you need to talk to him. Thank you, Rakesh. And CP San, okay, I'm sure CP is also on the call. Thank you so much for your, thank you so much as always for your enthusiasm and mentoring and supporting the entire team, and especially the REEV, because REEV is close to us, especially for many of us, it's close to heart. So thanks for supporting that. And Vijay, I didn't know that you were not well, but again, an immense contribution from your side. Then Shashidhar, very quiet. You can see Shashidhar's action only when he gets onto the dais. Whenever he was in the dais, outstanding information to the students. Thank you, Shashi. And Funny, another quiet gentleman. He was instrumental, if I'm right, in the skin activity initially.
Yes.
Yeah, as you know, that is fantastic. Styling has been done with lots and lots of effort. Funny has been fundamental behind that. Vivekananda, again, thank you so much, Vivekananda. Then Mohan Ramakrishnan, yes, again, a very vibrant team member. He's been supporting us from the day one of our concept. Then Hitesh, then Rajesh, thank you so much to all of you wholeheartedly for supporting us. And you have created a brand itself today. And these are all our new members, very young and dynamic. We have very senior people, we have mid-level executive, we have very young people. And Ayush, 1 minute, I need to.
Ayushi Gupta. Yeah.
Ayushi Gupta, she has been attending all the calls and supporting the youngsters. As I said, some of the students are feeling very comfortable to talk to the youngsters. That way, Ayushi Soundarya has been supporting us. Thank you, Mr. Srinivas. Thank you, Arun. Thank you, Gurujar Kulkarni, again, a long-term supporter. And Sujay, as it's written here, he comes from Volvo. He comes from a different perspective for the team members. Thank you so much. And Dr. Manish Garg, again, very, very passionate person. And thanks to our Vijay Kumar, very, very passionate about technology and what can be solved for students and things like that. And I need to tell you one thing about our Krupal here. We have this REEV call between 9:10 and 10:10. Okay, this is the Saturdays. And we have another call which starts at 10 o'clock. Just for the information to others, we have another SAE call starting from 10. Every time Krupal is available at the 9:10. Till 10 o'clock, he'll be there. That is the commitment. That is really the commitment. And I mean, it's the same case with his activity in the Aerospace Forum as well. Just wanted to let others know that how, despite all his other activities, he's able to contribute. Thank you so much, Krupal. And Abhishek Roy is Mathworks, not only as a sponsor, supporter, but your team has been really supporting us quite well. I'm very happy that you could recruit, you could take few people for the internship. We're very happy and proud of you. So this organizing committee, you are the pillar of the entire activity. You execute, you are connecting between the volunteers, the students, the judges, faculty members, and the SAE per se. Thanks to each one of you wholeheartedly from Engineering Education Board and personally from my side. Thank you all. Back to you, Som.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we have now moved closer to the time which we were all waiting for. So now we'll be announcing the winners, sir. So, sir, first we would start with.
So I'm not hearing any, the noise. I'm not hearing any, visuals, right? So I think it is over, right? No more, Valedictory is over, right? So?
No PPT.
Sir, it's almost over.
Huh?
It's almost over, sir. After this, we have a few more things here, sir. Sir, I would now request Mr. Vijayalan to announce the Group 1 winners. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Firstly, thanks to the organizing and also the entire students team who has invested all their efforts over the years and produced best results. So the team mainly I will be the Group 1 winners is Aryabhatta from Presidency University, Bangalore.
Awesome.
Yes,
The
yes,
winners
yes,
of
yes,
Group
yes.
1.
All
Yes.
students
Congratulations,
are
team.
talking.
Congrats.
Guys, where are
Students,
your
I want to hear.
slogans?
Sir,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
speak, sir. I can speak. Can I speak,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
Can I speak?
No,
Yes, yes,
skip
somebody
away
wants to
and
speak.
slogan.
Yes, 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 sir. This is team captain, team Aryabhatta, and this was most awaited moment, and we had many sleepless nights for these things. And I really congratulate all my teammates who supported till now, and I can say even the names of the people, but we as a team, we have won this, and yes, sir, and thanks for this.
So Marigauda, yeah, this is for Group 1 in chassis suspension, brake system, and steering system. Your team
Yes,
has won the first prize. So
yes,
congratulations
yes,
to
yes, yes,
you,
yes,
your faculty, and I'm sure all of you would have goosebump when you would have heard of this. So thank you.
yes, yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, now we'll move on to Group 2 winners. For announcing this, I'll call upon Dr. Manish Garg to announce the winner, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, so it was very close call. So the winner for Group 2 is Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, Mysore. This is for motor, battery design, range estimation, and thermal systems. So congratulations.
College students, you
Thank
have
you,
to
sir.
give tough fight. I don't see any sound, noise, I see a lot of fire though, right? I hope it doesn't catch virtually.
Nope, sir. We are enjoying in backside. I mean behind the screens. So
Nicely said. Nicely said.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Rakesh, I think that what I understood from this team is they also worked on the BMS, no?
Yeah.
They know how to control the heat of the battery. Yes, good team. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would now call upon Mr. Ashoka Kumar, sir, to announce the Group 3 winners. Over to you, sir.
Thanks to REEV team for giving me an opportunity to announce this thing. Just 1 minute. Yeah, this is the team consisting of vehicle dynamics, noise, vibration, and ergonomics. So primarily dealing with this team has, I think, worked on vehicle dynamics and NVH, which are primarily very important aspect for any vehicle development. And the vehicle dynamics is also very critical, which will be performing the motion control in both longitudinal as well as lateral planes. So very important from the safety point. The team has done, I think, all the teams have done extremely well, but only one team is going to win, and that's a dynamic team, correct? So the one which is a very dynamic team will get the prize and get the award in vehicle dynamics and NVH, and the award goes to Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan. Please give a big hand.
Very nice. Congratulations, Malnad team.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Somebody from Malnad Engineering team can speak few words. How did they approached for working on this vehicle dynamics? Something they can throw some light. Anybody in the team?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'm team captain of Malnad College of Engineering, Aniketan. So the vehicle dynamics team, they had worked very hard from long time, and they were very current working on it. And that is a vehicle dynamics that did very well. We deserve it, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
And I
Thank
still
you.
remember, Sir Haniketan, in my first session, maximum questions which I heard was from Haniketan. So I can understand the curiosity of the team. So well done, well done.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations to Hassan team. Thank you. Bye.
Moving ahead, sir, now we'll go to Group 4 winners. And now I would like to request Venkat, sir, to announce the winners, Group 4.
Hi.
Any other Venkat?
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours, hearing all these motivational things. It's really charged up, and I would like to announce Group 4 winners. Before that, any guesses?
Students, any guesses?
Presidency University.
Presidency University.
Awesome. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Other colleges, you need to give tough fight.
Said Christ University.
Oh,
Yeah,
Christ
so-
University.
Okay, any other responses? Any other guess?
Vidyavardhaka. Awesome.
Yes, SMS. Good.
SMS, COE.
Oh,
One
yeah, I
Bandaria.
mean, those are
Oh, now Bandaria. Yeah.
okay.
Good,
Any
man.
more? Oh, it came. Okay. So, wonderful. So the winners are All India Memorial Society College of Engineering, Pune. Congratulations, team.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
And they are the
Wonderful.
first time participating college. And I think they joined slightly late because I think we approached late, right? So
Yes, sir.
they have picked up very well. So congratulations to AISMS College of Engineering, Pune.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Rakesh ji.
Congratulations to all the colleges and all students who won the awards. And yeah, it's wonderful to have an interactions with you all.
Rakesh, I wanted to make an offer. I'll be going to Pune for the Supra workshop and a few other meetings. So I'm okay to go to AISSMS College and give a lecture.
Wonderful, wonderful. We'll coordinate with the faculty and
Sometime
team
in
captain.
May. Yeah, the dates are being worked out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely visit our college, sir.
Professor Vagmare from AISMS College of Engineering, you are welcome.
Rajiv Wagmare sir, that is why I'm coming.
Yes.
I
You are
remember
welcome.
a lot of us. Yes, yes. Congratulations.
Thank
Can you send me an email? We can take it offline and work it out.
Yes.
I should be there in the second week of May, but dates are still being worked out. So we can have a lecture session. Thank you. Over to you, Soms. So.
Thank you, sir. So now we'll be moving on to individual awards. So for first award, I would call upon Sujay sir for announcing Best Virtual Presentation Award, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, hello all. Sujay here. First of all, thank you for SA India and REEV for me engaging in this excellent initiative towards the engineering students. So what I can say is myself, I always believe in sharing is learning. So it was so nice to share my experiences in power electronics to many engineering students, and with the curious questions they asked, I really enjoyed that conversations. So with that, I would now proud to announce the awards for the best virtual presentation and team participation. So maybe Som, you'd like to keep it curious and make some guesses, or how is it?
Sure, sir. If you say so.
Yeah, the engineers can make some guesses, or
oh, here it goes. AISMS COE. Yeah, I think the other colleges need to give,
maybe Som, we can move ahead.
Yes, sir.
So it's like I'm proud to announce that Perseverance Motors from Banari Amman Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, are the best virtual presentation and team participation for REEV Virtuals 2022. Congratulations for the Perseverance Motors team from Banari Amman Institute of Technology. Very well done. And also for others, I think you have the opportunities continue. So you will always have many opportunities. Congratulations to the team.
Thank you, sir. And this is Danish Mohammed, the captain of Banaram Institute of Technology, Business Motors here. And I would like to thank my team for cooperating with me and doing all those stuff. Thank you, team, for doing this.
Well done. Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Over to you, Som.
Just make sure before
moving
you
ahead,
announce
sir. Sir?
Before you announce first, second, and third, make sure I think faculty advisors, right? So I hope it is planned.
Start from third and then second, finally the first one. Soms.
And
No, sir, before that, we have few more individual awards, sir. We'll complete it and we'll go, sir.
Right. Yeah, please.
Now, I would like to request Ms. Rakesh Bidray, sir, to present the Best Team Captain Award to the students, sir.
Sure.
Any students?
Yeah, any guesses for team captain? And I need the team members to, demand for it. So let's see which college. Haniketan. Awesome. Wow. I only hear Haniketan. Who else?
Marigauda, sir. Marigauda.
Marigauda.
Okay.
Sir, Sohan from Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering.
Soham, Siddesh, Mare, wow. Now, yeah, awesome. Very good, very good. See, all of you, deserve the winning trophy. Just, one of you would have done maybe 1 point better than others, right? So, without keeping you guessing more, right? So, Som, go on. Awesome. I think, yeah, the team, it's Haniketan, right, from Malnad College of Engineering, right?
Thank you so much, sir.
Guess that, so
It's really
excellent.
a moment.
Congratulations, Haniketan, and I'm sure this is the hard work, what you put for you and the team. Oops. Som, you disclose some of the answers. Go ahead, Som.
Sorry.
Som? Pawan?
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Before we announce the third, second, and first winner, so make sure we cover the faculty advisors also. Yeah, we covered this, so we can go to the next category. So,
We'll be now moving on to the next set of awards, sir. So for this, I'll call upon Vijay Ramakrishnan, sir. The award name is Distinguished Student Presenter Award.
Good evening, everyone. There were multiple sessions and there were a lot of presenters for each of these group. So some stood out the way that they have explained their concepts and how they have arrived at it, and the way they handled their presentation. So we have shortlisted some. Okay. So and everything really was again what mentioned, the difference was very, very minimum, right? So we had a tough discussion to come up with these names. So please be encouraged, then just upload for the people who won, and all are winners here. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and click.
Yes, sir.
So this is Brijesh J. Gurau from the team Aryabhatta from Presidency University. Okay. Wonderful job, Brijesh. Great job. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Can we move to next one, sir?
Yes, please. Tejas DV from Green Torque, Malanad College of. Great job. Congratulations, Tejas. Great presentation.
Thank you, sir. And last award, sir.
Mr. Shubham Angde, right, from Resonance Racing, from All India Sri Shivaji Memorial Society of Engineering, Pune. So it has been wonderful presentations all through, and we still remember. We still remember the sessions went quite long, and there were a lot of questions from the judges, and you guys have done an awesome job. Okay, keep up the good job, guys. Very well done.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the last three awards. So this is what I think all the teams were waiting for now.
Som,
Yes, sir.
before that, faculty, I would request you to recognize the faculty advisors. Som?
Sure, sir. Sure. Okay, sir. Okay. So please give me a moment, sir. I'll be unsharing the screen now.
In the meantime, I would like to ask the distinguished best presenters. So what was the secret behind this success? If you can share us, we will also learn.
True. Very true.
Sir, having confidence in our work and having confidence in the team's work, sir. If we know our team is not wrong, there is nothing for us on our calculation. That I think is the secret sauce. Thank you.
Fantastic, Rajesh. Appreciate that.
Very good. Very good.
Any other input?
We have Tejas and we have the member from AISMS. Yeah, please.
Which tool you have used? Which presentation? At Microsoft? Is it any other tool? Google Slides? Sorry?
MS PowerPoint, sir.
MS PowerPoint. Okay. So, are you ready?
Yes, sir, we are ready.
Okay.
I would request Sujay Kumar, sir, to recognize all the faculty, sir.
Thank you. So, I'm so proud to express the gratitude and thank you for the support for all the faculty advisors who have been involved in this very important initiative, and also supporting the engineering students as you do always. So thank you, Mr. Praveen Kumar, Presidency University, Dr. Udaya Ravi from Presidency University, Dr. Y.M. Shashidhara, Malnad College of Engineering. Mr. M. Shivanesan, Amrita College of Engineering. Mr. Harish Kumar, Christ University. Mr. Soundararajan R, Sri Krishna College of Engineering. Dr. Sagar KG, Cambridge Institute of Technology. Mr. K.N. Karthik, Bannari Amman Institute of Technology. Dr. Avinash Wagmare, ASSMS, Pune. Mr. Vinod B, Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering. Mr. Sandeep MS, NIE Institute of Technology. Mr. Nandakumar MB, Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering. You always deserve, there is no words to express what you contribute and inspire so many engineers for the future of this world. So well done. Any of you would like to share any few words? Som, is there an opportunity if any of the faculty advisors are part of this? They would like to share a few words.
Sure, sir. Sir, Dr. A.V. Wagmare from ASSMS Pune is here, sir. Sir, if you could talk a few words.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. REEV is a very good experience. I have the experience of Baha, Supra, EV cycle, and all these the SAE initiatives. But the REEV is a totally different experience, and I appreciate the efforts taken by the judges and the organizing committee. All the best for the forthcoming activity. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we also have K.N. Karthik, sir, from Bannari Amman Institute of Technology. Sir, if you could speak a few words, sir.
Sir, very good evening, sir. Actually, we have heard about the REEV at last minute only. Thanks to Pawan for this information. And also, we are participating in all the events, Baha Supra and Cycle, all this. But REEV is totally different because we are a combination of all the departments having participating in to form a single team and make a virtual presentation. So this is good, and hopefully we will come stronger in main event, and I congratulate all the winners and all the teams for their participating. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we also have Shashidhara, sir.
From Malnad College of Engineering, sir.
Good afternoon, all. I first of all thank all the members of SA India, organizing the team of this REEV, for having given the opportunity for the students to participate in the interdisciplinary project. Of course, we speak a lot about interdisciplinary. That too, nowadays it is NEP, National Education Policy, is more focusing on this interdisciplinary projects, and this is one of the best projects which we have seen. And the students from our institute have participated fully support, and without your encouragement and support, they could have not achieved this much. So I thank one and all from the SA team for having given the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would now request Sivanesan, sir, to speak a few words.
Listen, sir, you can unmute. Shivnesan, sir, from Amrita.
Sir, we also have Tamme Gowda, sir, from BBC College of Engineering.
Hello, good evening, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak 2 words. Sir, about the event and work from our students. Actually, they have worked day and night, and our support is less compared to their work, sir. I'm really proud to our students. So we have worked very, very less, whereas our students, they work day and night, sir. So thank you for recognizing them, and I think they won from group 2 or group 3. They have got winners in that particular group, sir. Thank you for your recognition, sir. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you so much,
Hello.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So, sir, they were all the faculty advisors we had on call today. Sir, next is the last 3 awards. So,
I thought it is over. So, right? It's 5 o'clock. You said the agenda is up to 5 o'clock. We can all log off and go, right? Is there anything left? Students, are you interested? Students, are you really interested?
Yes.
I don't see any sound, noise, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rakesh, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
If they're all interested, they all should come online visually.
Absolutely. So please, students, you know, I think this is your moment. This is your time. Next 10 minutes is what entire more than 9 months of your hard work, right? So I really want you to, you know, enjoy the moment. And as, you know, Venki said, all of you participating in REEV itself claims that you are the winners. It just, you know, some criteria which decided who the top 3 should be, but all of you are the winners, right? So, yeah, with that, Som.
thank you, sir. Sir, I would call upon Mr. Damodaran to announce the second runner-up. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shom. As my colleague said, you know, like participating in REEV is a great opportunity. I want to tell you all the participants, the kind of competition or the concept, what you are working, even it is not attempted by many of the automotive companies, it's still in the working. So I should congratulate all of you. You got a great opportunity, get exposed, because as many of you know that you have a MBAHA, EBAHA, but this is going to be the future. I have a honor and privilege to announce the REEV Virtual second runner-up. Any guesses?
Students, any guesses?
Sir, ASMS.
Okay,
Some more,
ASMS.
some more.
Come on, guys.
Without much ado, I will spell out the team going to clinch. Second runner-up virtuals is the team Black Hawk from Vidyavartaka College of Engineering, Mysore. Congratulations.
Awesome. Very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, team. It's a great moment, and you did a lot of hard work, sleepless nights. Have a wonderful day and enjoy and cherish the moment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shom.
Can we request the team captain of Vidyavardhaka?
Yes, sir. I'm Sohan, the team captain of Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, sir. So,
And you,
yes, sir.
you are participating first time, right?
Yes, sir. We are participating first time, sir.
Okay, so please go on.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank my teammates for working day and night to come up and showcase a thing what we have done. So I think we have got what we have earned for that. So thank you, sir.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Congratulations, team. Over to you, Shom.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, Sohan. Sir, next I would call upon Dr. Manish Jaiswal to announce the first runner-up.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I hope I am audible.
Yeah, loud and clear, sir.
Great. So congrats to the entire REEV team, SA fraternity, and all important stakeholders, students for reaching up to this stage. Before I announce, I have a very short message for our students, as students are always very close to my heart. So I will just share one small story as you are just about to begin your career, most of you, I believe. When I started my career as a GT 23 years back, as a young enthusiastic engineer, I ran up to in R&D director. We had some problems, and I reported that problem. And the first thing he, shouted me back on that, what is the solution you have come up with? I have not hired you for telling me the problem. I have hired you for telling me the solution. So that is the lesson which I learned in a harsh way in the first 6 months. I have never forgotten that lesson. And I would just like to remind all of you, all the student community, that engineers are born to solve problems. And wherever you go, be you, join industry, become entrepreneur, or do whatever in your life, always remember that you are the problem solver of this world. Okay. With that, so let's beam the first runner up without further ado. So, any guesses? Quick guesses.
Oh, again, it's ASMS COE.
Oh, Pune is very, very enthusiastic.
Yeah, so I think it's right on the money. So yeah, so bring the slide.
Somebody said resonance, yeah.
Resonance. Yes.
So
Wow.
it's
Oh, great.
Yes. You are directly going to get lectured by our Venki.
That's good.
Excellent.
That's a gift. First runner up going to get that special prize as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. So the team captain of ASMS, maybe a minute.
Yes,
from
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. So we were
Are you
the
crying? Are you crying?
not yet.
Not yet. I hear all your team members, right? I hear their heartbeat.
Yes. So we were the last ones to join. Since then, they have only tried to pick up with the other teams, and it has only been possible because of the great mentors we have from some very big industries. So we owe all our success to them and our college management as well.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats, team, again.
Thank you,
Tom,
sir.
done, right? It's over now, right? We'll go.
Sir, if all the teams, if everyone are okay, not knowing the winners, then
No, sir, not at all.
No? No?
no, sir.
Look at
It's
Narmada.
5
That's
o'clock.
right.
Your agenda says 5 o'clock, so I thought it is over.
Yes, sir. Maybe we'll have to stretch it for another 5 minutes.
So the winning team will take us for party?
Oh, we should ask once we let you know, sir.
Okay, I'll join virtually.
Okay, sir.
So before we show the so this is the last one, right, Som?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are two, I would say, unsung heroes who worked 24/7, who eat, who walk, who talk, only REEV. Any guesses, students? Who are those two unsung heroes?
Pawan and Som.
Pawan and Som.
Awesome. So I want both of you to just quickly turn your video on, and I hope you are in the same. They are in the office, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope so. So can you turn on your video, please?
Hi, sir.
You have to pin it. You have to pin yourself.
You have to pin yourself. Correct. Yeah. You see the slide.
Okay, we can pin. As a host, you can pin.
The last this week.
You can pin your video. Pawan and Som.
The host you can pin. Anyway, both of you are in bright colors. Amazing. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's nice to see the.
Virtual setting, Pawan went to some temple or something he did for any.
Only I'm
any
not able
about
to see
that.
them or what?
No, we have pinned. I mean, I pinned. That's why I could see them. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
probably. Go ahead, Rakesh.
sorry, sir. So more often in WhatsApp, right? In the morning, we will say good morning, some quotes, right? Every day, right? So I'm their WhatsApp. So I don't know how many wake-up calls I would have given early morning, and I would have woken them in midnight. But trust me, students, faculty, and all the fellow colleagues from the industry, right? Pawan is just 1 year with us, and he comes from presidency, right? We recruited him last year. He's just finishing 1 year, but in last 1 year, right? What he learned and what he brought, right? So today's success of REEV second edition virtual would not have been possible without Pawan. So request all to for a big clap, both physically and virtually.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, Rakesh sir, and our whole team, sir. Without you, I'm not there, sir. Like you're behind me, CP sir, Vijay sir, and Damu sir, DDG sir, Muni sir. You are behind me, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pawan. Thank you.
Yes, sir, and thank you, sir. And I should say this is the complete. I think it's total effort of Pawan. I was just supporting him, not like what he was done. He used to take care of all the sessions, like late night sessions, so which I have not done. So I should thank Pawan. He's the one who does all the work. So most of the work towards REEV.
So Som had joined us, I think, 6 months before, right? And he knows more about SAE, REEV, and other events than me. So in very short time, right, he has understood how SAE works, because when we were doing a job description for him to hire, I don't know what to write in job description, because the person whom we are looking for has to do everything. And I don't know how to write a job description for that, right? But when we interviewed Som, he did not have a single question. He said, sir, I'm ready. You tell me what needs to be done. That is the job description for him, right? And he's living up to that standards. And again, the success of REEV would not have been possible without his relentless efforts, not only during working hours, right? You can imagine today being Sunday, late evening, they had a choice to go to MG Road, but they made a choice to be in office and host all of us. So wonderful, wonderful song.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Now it is over, right? So let's pack up. Done.
No, sir.
No, we are going. It's 5:07. So we are taking too much time. Done. We'll postpone
Sir,
this. We'll announce the final maybe next month sometime.
Sir, no.
Rakesh, you cannot go to any college later.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I would like to request CP sir, who is the technical head committee and way behind us and doing all the work along, like taking technical sessions and what not for the review. So I'd like to speak CP sir to have a few words, sir. Speak few words, sir.
Just to echo what Bidray and Muni have said, we would not have been possible for us to be today talking together if we were not having Pawan and Somsekhar. What they have done something human. We could not have imagined. We had our own share of issues, plenty of issues, and in the background, I should really thank both Pawan and Somsekhar and also to their families, to be honest, because during the trying times, they had to put up with me specifically. We had to go through several ups and downs. We had several innumerable issues to be sorted out. And trying to coordinate with college faculty, college students, and the faculty, and across the industry, trying to adjust the timing, recording the sessions, or trying to moderate sessions, trying to pull students, control students, and putting them together. Going to, if not, why not going about to organizing students to a college, whatnot. There are plenty. There's innumerable. There is the endless. Anyway, thanks on behalf of everybody. Thanks to Pawan and Subject. There's not the end of it. There are a lot more things we are coming up with. All the best for you. Looking forward to your support going forward. Thank you. Continue, please. Continue.
Thank you so much, CP sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, moving on, sir. So the final award, sir. So I would request the convener Vijay Ramakrishnan, sir, to announce the winner for REEV Virtuals 2022.
ಬಿಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
Picture abhi baki hai.
It has come to a culmination, right? This is what everybody is excitingly waiting for. So, and it is really great that the amount of effort that the students have put has resulted in this. So, mostly people would have already guessed by the way that, all the other groups, if you had paid attention. So, great. So, I think with no further ado, let's move on to the winner. And the winner is going to be Presidency University.
Yes, 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 yes.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Congratulations.
yes.
to
Thank you, sir.
Presidency.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Amazing efforts.
Congratulations.
So I'll come there tomorrow morning. For the party.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So
sir.
students,
Wherever you wish, we'll go there itself, sir.
students, I am on the way to presidency.
Yes, sir.
Very welcome,
You're
sir.
welcome, sir.
So we are missing that delivery, the distribution of cup in the podium. That is what last year. So excellent work, you guys.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy.
Students from presidency, anyone want to speak?
No words, sir. Absolutely no words.
I want to see the goosebump. I want to see the goosebump. So if you can turn your videos and show the goosebump, I'm missing those feelings.
Correct. The stage and then the slogan, at least. We used to say that each team comes up with a slogan and then ends up with a REEV.
There in college.
What's your slogan, guys? Presidency.
It is a team built to dominate, sir.
What is that?
Built to dominate.
Oh.
Team built to dominate, sir.
Yes,
To dominate. Okay. Yeah, about that. Good.
Excellent.
Beautiful, guys.
No hip hip hooray.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These are things we missed.
Josh, guys.
No words, sir.
Okay, in case if you miss the enthusiasm, let me take it.
Hooray!
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 Excellent.
Sir, this victory is for our friend who we lost a few days back. It is for Bharat, sir.
Yes, sir. For Bharat.
Nicely said. I think, it was absolutely a shocker for us when we heard that. But I think the way you handled, and it's really, a tribute to him, this victory. Yeah.
Okay, so please serve the tea and coffee and the snacks. Is there any snacks?
What next, Som?
Sir, next, yes, sir, Vijay Ramakrishnan, sir, to give the vote of thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Som. Shall not take much time. Like we have already gone through 3 hours, right? I want to first thank all sponsors, industry partners, REEV committee, industry mentors and judges, college management and faculty, and most important, students who are the backbone of the entire REEV event, for enthusiastically participating and bringing all the energy into the event and making it a grand success. Thank you all, guys. And last but not least, Pawan and Somashekar, like anything, right? Like you guys have been the main vital juggler of this REEV event, and you have made it happen, right? You are been stretched thin, right, across every groups, every college, and every people who have had advice to give you, right? So I know how difficult it is to manage and then also balance, right? So thanks a lot, guys, for putting for putting us up with. So again, a big thank you to you both for making this event a grand success. Thank you. And congratulations all the winners and shortlisted students and participants. Okay. And thanks for being patient and sitting through the entire session. So the virtuals is the first step, as you all know. And now the next step is going to be the finals, right? So there are three major things that are waiting for you, which is making to the next level, right? Getting closer to the virtual finals. So for that, you'll have to do three plans. One is procurement plan, build plan, and bench testing plan. So we will come back. We'll reach you individually to the colleges through your mentors for the dates that we are looking for. Okay, all the very best for you all. Okay, for your exams. And finally, be safe. Like this is the COVID season, so don't forget the WMD, right? It is not weapons of mass destruction. Wash your hands, mask up, and social distancing, right? So be aware and be safe from COVID, okay? And all the very best for your vehicle build, okay? Thanks a lot, okay? And have a great rest of the weekend.
Have a great evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good evening to all.
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you all. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Congratulations to all the winners.